What if, right now, without changing anything about your life, you could touch a hidden place on your own face and feel light moving inside you? Not the kind of light that comes from the sun or a lamp, but the quiet kind, the one your body forgot it could still create. Tell me, where are you watching this from tonight? Is it your living room, your bed, or maybe a calm corner where you can just breathe for a moment? Wherever you are, let this be your pause. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a heartbeat and gently release. Feel the air touch your lips as it leaves. Notice how even this tiny act slows everything down. The world outside starts to fade, and your body begins to listen again. Ancient healers believed there are certain points on the face that awaken the inner lamp. They said this light doesn't shine out, it shines within, spreading calm through every cell. They didn't have words like vagus nerve or parasympathetic state, but they knew what it felt like. When peace would rise through the body like dawn touching the horizon. Now, imagine bringing your hands up to your cheeks. Just hover them there for a moment. Don't touch yet. Feel the warmth radiating from your palms, almost as if your hands are remembering something. When you do finally let your skin meet your palms, imagine that your body sighs in relief, as if it's been waiting for you to remember this gesture your ancestors once knew by heart. Some say that this simple touch reconnects two rivers, one physical, one spiritual. Science might call it activating sensory receptors, stimulating relaxation responses. But in older languages, they simply called it remembering the light. Every emotion you've ever felt has lived here, in the face you show to the world and the one you hide when you're alone. Joy, fear, worry, love, all of them rest beneath these very cheeks. When you place your hands here, you're not just touching skin. You're touching stories, memories, and tiny currents of energy that have been moving since the day you were born. And the beautiful thing, you don't have to understand how it works. You only have to feel. So before we go deeper, let me ask, can you stay with me for the next few minutes? Can you let this moment be yours? If you feel something inside you softening already, trust that feeling. That's your body whispering that it's ready to listen again. Before we begin the technique, pause for just a moment. If your spirit already feels drawn here, trust it. Tap subscribe. Whisper a gentle yes to your own growth. Share and let this be your quiet first step toward the awakening your body has always known. Now, let's unlock it together. What you just felt, that warmth beneath your palms, isn't imagination. It's one of the body's most powerful hidden responses. When your hands rest against your cheeks, you're meeting a landscape of tiny nerves that tell your brain, you're safe now. This is where your body begins to unlearn tension. For centuries, mystics, monks, and natural healers all spoke about this area as if it was sacred ground. They said that when a person learned to touch their own face with awareness, they could reconnect with the part of themselves that never stopped shining. They believed the cheeks held the gate of breath, a bridge between outer life and inner stillness. Today, science has started to understand why they were right. Beneath your skin runs a web of delicate fibers, sensory pathways linked to the trigeminal nerve and connected deeply to the vagus nerve, the great messenger of calm. When stimulated gently, these pathways send signals to your brainstem, asking the body to release oxytocin, slow the heartbeat, and quiet the noise of stress. In other words, the simple act of touching your cheeks can invite the body into harmony. Dr. Stephen Porges, in his book, The Polyvagal Theory, Neurophysiological Foundations of Emotions, Attachment, Communication, and Self-Regulation, describes this as the body's natural dialogue of safety. He writes, when the face softens, the heart follows. Those words hold truth beyond science. They echo ancient intuition. The face and the heart speak the same language. Now imagine the wisdom of an older world, one that had no machines or scans, only breath and awareness. The Chinese energy healers of the Han Dynasty mapped this exact region as part of the stomach meridian, a channel said to balance grounding and emotional stability. Ayurvedic practitioners, too, referred to the cheeks as extensions of the Anahata field, the heart energy that expresses love and empathy outward. When you bring your palms here, you're not just comforting yourself. You're rewiring an ancient circuit, reconnecting the nervous system's science to the spirit's language. That's why people often describe sensations of light, warmth, or tears that come for no reason. It's not random, it's release. Consider the way a child instinctively presses their face into a parent's hand when they're tired or afraid. That reflex never left you. It only fell asleep beneath layers of busyness. The gentle touch of your own hands can reawaken that forgotten memory of being safe, held, and whole. In The Healing Power of Touch by Dr. Michael Norden, he notes, touch is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. It reminds the body of its place in the world. When you press your cheek softly, you remind your body that it exists not in threat, but in tenderness. There's a kind of prayer in that motion, not with words, but with presence. Your hands say to your skin, I'm here now. And in response, your body whispers back, then I can rest, stay here for a moment. Notice the tingling, the pulse, the soft rhythm behind your face. These are not just sensations. They are signals that your nervous system is listening again. What if the doorway to your inner light was never hidden at all, only waiting for you to touch it? When your hands rest on your cheeks, something extraordinary happens beneath the surface, something far more intricate than most people ever realize. It's not just a gesture of comfort, it's a dialogue between your skin, your nerves, and your brain. Every inch of your face is alive with sensory pathways, and when you touch them gently, you awaken one of the most ancient biological codes of calm ever written into the human body. Science now understands what healers have always intuited, that the body carries its own language of light and safety. The moment your palms meet your cheeks, thousands of sensory receptors begin transmitting messages through the trigeminal nerve, one of the most complex cranial nerves in the body. These messages reach the brainstem, where they softly signal the vagus nerve, your inner conductor of peace. This chain reaction activates what scientists call the parasympathetic state, the body's natural healing mode. When this system awakens, your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and your body temperature subtly shifts. The muscles in your face, neck, and shoulders begin to release their hidden tension. You're not forcing relaxation, you're remembering it. That's why this technique feels so effortless. It's not creating calm. It's uncovering it. Dr. Candace Pert, the neuroscientist who wrote Molecules of Emotion, once said, "The body is the unconscious mind. When your hands touch your cheeks, you're speaking directly to that unconscious, not with words, but with warmth, stillness, and intention. The energy that flows is not mystical in opposition to science. It is mystical through science. These are the body's own pathways of light, rediscovered through awareness, research from the Touch Research Institute at the University of Miami has shown that gentle touch can lower cortisol levels and increase serotonin and dopamine, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. This means your fingertips have the ability to alter your emotional state simply through presence. When you engage this touch with breath, the body responds like an instrument tuned back to harmony after years of silence. Imagine your nervous system as a vast river network, with each nerve a small stream carrying electrical currents of information. Over time, stress and emotional fatigue create dams, blockages that stop these waters from flowing freely. The act of resting your hands on your cheeks, breathing slowly, is like opening a small gate in that dam. The current begins to move again. You might feel warmth, tingling, or even a rush of emotion. These are signs that your biofield, your subtle energy field, is recalibrating. In The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, he writes, "The body remembers what the mind forgets. That remembrance is happening here. When you activate the sensory map of your face, you invite buried emotions to surface and dissolve. You are telling your nervous system, it's safe to feel again. Even the most advanced neuroimaging today shows that areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation, like the insular and prefrontal cortex, light up during conscious self-touch. Scientists call this interoceptive awareness, the ability to sense what's happening inside your body. The more you practice this, the more you strengthen your mind's ability to listen inwardly. Yet what's truly beautiful is how ancient this understanding really is. In Egyptian temples, carvings depict healers placing hands on the faces of others as a rite of returning the soul. The Greeks believed the cheeks held the breath of Psyche, the living spirit. And now, thousands of years later, science circles back to affirm what the ancients already knew. The body is not separate from the soul. It is its vessel of light. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in Becoming Supernatural, describes this process of body-mind connection as the moment when energy becomes emotion, and emotion becomes biology. You don't need to think your way into peace. You feel your way into it. So as you breathe, feel the gentle pulse beneath your palms. That rhythm is not random. It is the conversation between your inner light and your physical form, a reminder that every system in your body is built to return you to balance when you remember how to listen. The next time you bring your hands to your cheeks, remember this: you're not performing a ritual. You're activating your design. Every nerve, every cell, every breath has been waiting to reconnect to this harmony. Stay with that thought, because now you'll learn how to do it, step by step, with your own hands, your own breath, and your own light. Before you begin, make sure you're sitting comfortably. Your shoulders are soft, your back supported. Keep a tissue nearby if emotions rise. Sometimes the body releases in unexpected ways. You can close your eyes if you wish, or keep them open with a gentle gaze. Let curiosity guide you, not force. Now we'll move slowly through the practice together. Remember, this is not a performance. It's a conversation with your body. Every movement is an invitation. Step 1. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for just a second. Now exhale gently through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the breath move like waves. In, pause, out. Do this 3 times. With each round, notice how your breath feels a little heavier, a little deeper. If you could see your body from the inside, you'd see tiny rivers of calm beginning to flow again. Step 2. Now bring both palms slowly toward your face. Let your hands hover for a second before touching. Feel that soft current of warmth between them. When you're ready, place your palms gently against your cheeks. Use your index and middle fingers to find the soft hollow just below your cheekbones. This is the point where the light begins to gather. Don't search too hard. Your fingers will know when they've found it. Step 3. Once you're there, apply the lightest pressure, just enough to feel your skin responding. Imagine you're pressing a small invisible button that opens a door inside your body. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 1, and release for 6. If that rhythm feels too slow, follow your own natural breath. Your only task is to stay present with the sensations beneath your hands. Step 4. Keep your hands here for about 30 to 60 seconds. Let your awareness sink into your cheeks. You may feel warmth spreading, a faint tingling, or a quiet pulse. You may feel nothing at all, and that's still perfect. Your body listens in silence long before it speaks in feeling. If you sense a memory, a tear, or a strange calm rising, let it come. Don't interpret, just allow. If at any point it feels intense, soften your touch. This practice is not about control. It's about remembering softness. Step 5. Now slowly lift your hands away. Bring them together and rest them gently over your heart. Take 1 deep breath in and exhale fully, letting your shoulders drop. You might notice the air feels smoother, lighter, as if your breath just remembered where home is. Pause here. Don't rush. Let your body feel what it's feeling. If we were to slow this moment down on screen, you'd see each breath flowing like light threads through your body, your cheeks glowing faintly, your chest rising and falling in rhythm. Now, let's explore a few simple variations. Variation A, the one-hand triangle. If both hands feel like too much, or if you have limited mobility, try this. Place one hand on your face so that your thumb rests along your jawline, and your index finger rests gently on your cheekbone, forming a soft triangle across your face. Press lightly and breathe the same way. In for 4, hold for 1, out for 6. This one-handed gesture still connects the same energy channels, the vagus pathway and facial nerves, but allows more freedom and less strain. Sometimes simplicity brings even deeper quiet. Variation B, the light tapping rhythm. Instead of holding, use the tips of your fingers to tap gently along your cheekbones, about 4 times slowly, like you're sending a message through touch. This rhythmic tapping helps stimulate vagal tone, which supports heart rhythm and emotional balance. Let the sound of the taps echo softly in your awareness. Each one says, "I am here, I am present, I am safe." Variation C, the bedtime micro-practice. This version is for evenings when your mind feels heavy. Lie down comfortably with a pillow supporting your head. Rest your hands lightly over your cheeks. Take smaller breaths, in for 3, out for 5. Don't count perfectly. Just feel the slowing down. Let your breath carry you towards sleep, while your body absorbs the memory of light and calm. If you could see yourself in this moment through a slow-motion close-up, you'd see peace spreading outward like a golden mist. Your skin glows warmer, your pulse steadier, your thoughts quieter. A soft background tone hums, matching your heartbeat. The room seems lighter. As you finish, take one last breath. Feel your body as it is, not changed but more aware. Notice what has shifted. Maybe your breath feels longer, your thoughts softer, or your face warmer. If you sense stillness, hold it for a few seconds. This is your inner system rebalancing. In their book, The Healing Power of the Breath, Dr. Richard Brown and Dr. Patricia Gerbarg describe this simple rhythm as an ancient language of healing, spoken through breath rather than words. And now, you've spoken that language with your own hands. Your own breath, your own light, so pause for just a moment longer. Let silence complete the sentence your body just wrote. Now notice how your body feels. Sometimes, when the hands leave the cheeks, the silence that follows feels different. It's not empty anymore, it's full. Some people feel an instant warmth, others a quiet tremor, and a few might feel nothing at all. That's okay. The body doesn't always speak in the same language every day. Some days it whispers through heat, other days through stillness. If you felt nothing, that's still a beginning. If you felt tears rise, that's still energy returning home. If you felt lightness behind your eyes or a sudden calm in your chest, that's your nervous system exhaling. When you touched your cheeks, you didn't just touch skin. You brushed against a map of stories. The same nerves that once tightened during fear, smiled in joy, or froze in loss. The body keeps those memories, even when the mind forgets. This is why, when you bring warmth back into these muscles, sometimes old moments come alive, not to hurt you, but to complete their circle. Maybe you felt an image drift through, a forgotten room, a loved one's laughter, or simply a breath that felt wider. Let that be your teacher. Don't chase it. Let it unfold like morning light across still water. Ask yourself gently, what did my heart try to say just now? Pause. Did a memory surface, or did silence hold me softly instead? Pause. Did my breath find more space inside my ribs? These small reflections are doorways, not to the past, but to presence. Now close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the warmth from your cheeks turning into light, soft, golden, almost honey-like. Let it spread slowly downward, through your jaw, your neck, into the chest. See it pooling there like sunlight gathering in a quiet garden. Each breath you take fans that light. It moves, expands, and hums quietly. You are not creating this light. You are remembering it. It has always been there, beneath the noise, beneath the years of rushing. Your body knows this illumination well. It's the glow that existed before you learned fear. Once, There was a woman who carried worry like a second skin. Every night she lay awake, her jaw locked tight, replaying the day in endless loops. One evening, after seeing her granddaughter trace her own face in a mirror, she tried this. Hands on cheeks, slow breath, no goal. The first time, she felt nothing. The second, a warmth. By the third, a tear fell without reason. She didn't wipe it away. And that night, for the first time in decades, she slept without her thoughts chasing her. This practice isn't magic. It's memory. Each touch, each breath tells your nervous system, you are safe now. The warmth you feel, that's circulation. The sigh that escapes, that's regulation. The emotion that rises, that's integration. As Peter Levine writes in Waking the Tiger, the body is not a machine to be fixed. It is a living story to be listened to. And when you place your hands on your cheeks, you are finally listening. If emotions came strong, write them down. If they were quiet, still write. And if something heavy surfaced, speak it aloud to someone you trust. Healing never happens in silence. It unfolds in connection. Before you move on, take one last breath and notice your state. Not the thought, but the sensation. Do you feel a little softer? A little more here? That's the shift. Small, almost invisible, yet entirely real. Carry it with you through the day. Let the warmth in your cheeks remind you of the inner sun you touched. It doesn't fade. It only waits to be felt again. Now just breathe and notice how your body feels. A practice only becomes sacred when it becomes familiar, not because it's long, but because it's consistent. This one doesn't need hours or incense. It only asks for a minute of honesty with your own touch. Each morning, before the day gathers its noise, sit quietly. Take 3 slow breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring your palms to your cheeks just like before. Hold them there for 30 seconds. Feel the warmth arrive, feel your breath slow. Then move your hands to rest over your heart. Stay there for one last breath, as if sealing the calm inside. That's all. A single minute, repeated often, becomes a thread that rewires the way your body meets the world. You can do this once a day, or 3 times if the day feels heavy. Over time, your nervous system learns to recognize this pattern as safety. You may notice your evenings quieting sooner. You may catch yourself pausing before reacting. Mornings might feel clearer, like light through clean glass. And sometimes the people around you soften too, because calm is contagious. Don't look for dramatic signs. Look for subtleties. Maybe your shoulders drop sooner after tension. Maybe sleep finds you faster. Maybe conversations end with less armor. That's how transformation actually arrives, quietly, rhythmically, like waves reshaping a shore. If you wish, keep a small note beside your bed. Each night write one small thing that shifted. Not a success list, just a noticing. I breathed easier. I didn't rush. I felt warm inside. Over time, those fragments become proof of something much larger. Your body learning to live in light again. Your hands have already been here. On your cheeks, on your heart. And they remember what safety feels like. The warmth you felt wasn't new. It was ancient. It was you returning to yourself. When you first placed your palms against your skin, you didn't summon the light. You simply uncovered it. You didn't find calm. You remembered what calm has always known about you, that quiet space between breaths, that soft hum under your fingertips. That's your body whispering, I'm still here. The light didn't arrive from somewhere else. It rose from within, through the same pathways that once carried fear. And tonight, they carried peace instead. So before you let the day take you again, stay for a moment in this softness. Let your fingers rest one more time over your cheeks. Feel the warmth build just for a few seconds. You're not just touching skin. You're reminding the nervous system what safety feels like. You're speaking the language of light. And if this small act touched something inside you, if you felt even a flicker of ease, a tear, a sigh, or silence, imagine what might awaken when you touch the point beneath your collarbone. That's where the next door opens. That's where the heart begins to speak more clearly. We'll explore that in the next practice. Gentle, real, and human. Tell me in your own way, what did you feel in that pause? Was it warmth, a memory, or just quiet? Write it below, not for the algorithm, but for yourself. Sometimes sharing is how the body completes its healing loop, and if this helped you rest a little deeper today, consider following the Spine Gospel. Not to collect content, but to collect stillness. Because every time you return, your breath might grow a little softer, your light a little brighter as your screen fades. Let the final image stay with you, hands resting over your heart, a soft golden glow spreading outward. The light doesn't end when the video does. It lingers in your breath, in your skin, in the quiet between thoughts. Stephen Porges once wrote that safety is the foundation of connection, and connection the gateway to peace. Tonight, you've taken that first step. You did not find the light. You remembered it.